All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tripp Smokepit. Tonight, we're talking to fellow author, one who specializes in horror, Mike Salt. How you doing tonight?
Hey,
what is up, internet? Now, fucking Mike Salt's written a couple novels. He's written The Valley and Damned to Hell, and I think I'm missing a few short stories, but I haven't read them.
those aren't relevant, so yeah.
Except for Damned to Hell, I did read Damned to Hell. I did reid that one. So
yeah, you posted the picture with you and a puppy. So
yeah, that was back when she was little. Very little. Fucking yeah. So how you doing over there, man?
Dude, I just last week finally wrapped up the next novel. So that is with my editor right now, and pretty excited about it. It's different. So
different as in like not horror, or different as in you went
it's
spiritual horror.
It's horror. I've been doing a lot of the last one was The Valley, took a long time, and it was just ghosts, really.
Okay.
Paranormal type stuff. And this one, I wanted to kind of not do that. So this one was kind of fun to play around with because I didn't even know what it was until I was finished, basically. So
yeah, I have a similar problem. I have to rewrite all my books 2 or 3 times because I get done with it and I leave it alone for a month and I read it again. I'm like, yeah, this is neat, I guess. But it'd be really cool if I did instead.
With a new perspective on it, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like forget about it and then go back to it and be like, oh
yeah, that's what I get.
Write that.
Wow, past me sucked. So
much better than this 2 months later.
Yeah. So how are things with you, man?
Oh, not too bad. Just painting, writing, fucking doing the thing. I'm wrapping up the, I guess, second rewrite of my 9th book. So when that's done, all I gotta do is the art, have somebody fucking make sure I spelled everything right, and then here you go, have all 3.
Insanity, man.
Well, I mean,
the last one are fucking humongous.
Well, I mean, the last one that came out in 2019, and I finished writing that in 2017. So I mean, like,
you're right on track.
It's an illusion. You write a bunch and you space them out so it looks like you're working, but really you're sitting at home, fucking trying not to watch Freddy Krueger again.
I mean, yeah, I can relate to that. So
yeah,
no, I saw the painting you're doing, man. That's really cool. That's really fun.
Yeah, thank you. Fucking although since we're talking about horror and Freddy Krueger and stuff, and your stuff kind of has like I don't know if this is intentional, but like especially with Damned to Hell, for whatever reason, I know they had cell phones in it, but I imagined it happening in the fucking 80s. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Actually, the original draft was like the 90s, so I may have just left that vibe inside there by mistake.
Yeah, like when he's going to the fucking like AA meetings, if I'm thinking right.
Yeah.
Or was it grief meetings? It
was a grief meeting, yeah, but it was set up to appear to be an AA.
Right, like I was imagining there's like old shitty bleachers they had us fucking sit in as kids that were built in the fucking 70s.
No, it totally has that vibe for us. Cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was it's funny, yeah, because the original draft did take place in the 90s, and then late into like one of the later drafts, I decided I wanted to kind of tie in to what I'm doing now. So the House on Harlem and the Valley are all tied into the Damned to Hell.
Tied in like multiverse, or tied in like no, this is
the
fucking thing. It's just there's like one overlap character in all of them.
No, it's they all exist in the same universe where the surviving characters from each story, for the first 5 stories, the survivors will all kind of come together to fight a predominant evil that kind of oversees the universe. So
okay,
so they're all tied together, though they don't know they're tied together yet. So when I decided that Damned to Hell, it was going to kind of tie into all this stuff, I kind of needed it to be set around the same time, so I pushed it like 20 years. So
fair enough. I mean, like, I don't know if I could write a novel that took place in the 80s or 90s that would be accurate. Like, it would have to be like, you can read this and it takes place anytime.
Yeah.
Electricity.
Yeah. Or just vaguely set at any random time. So
yeah. Fucking did you ever read a novel called The King in Yellow? I forget the guy's first name, but his last name was Chambers. It came out in like the 1800s. But it was series of short horror stories, and then there was a few overlaps in them. Like in one, the protagonist was like a sculptor, and then and another one that sculpture is in this dude's house, and the later dude ends up dying, and the guy in the next story ends up being the grave digger at that dude's funeral. But the thing that all these had in common was inside of it there was this book called The King in Yellow, and everyone who wrote it either went insane and killed themselves or went insane and killed everybody else in the house. And that was like what tied it together, because there was this like demon haunting the book.
That's cool.
I mean, it was only half cool. The story was really cool, but like I hate fucking 19th century literature. It's like, dude, I hate the way you wrote this. Like the story is great,
Yeah.
but
somebody needs to do, like that's what everybody asks me, like if you could ever remake a book. I've been asked that a lot. I don't know, it's such a common question. You had to rewrite a book, like basically reboot something, kind of like how they do with movies.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck isn't somebody taking a book from the 1800s or early 1900s and reworking it so the modern audience actually gives a shit?
You have to wait a while, because like back then, even though the writing style was different, like they still spoke what is accepted as English. But like if you go back and read like Chaucer or Shakespeare, like you get a translation on the other side of what they meant, because back then that version of English was not English. It wasn't even what it used to be before whatever language it and German had in common, Right.
No, I'm talking about like a hard reboot. I'm not about to sit down. I own like fucking Tale of Two Cities and all that shit, and I've tried so many times to get into Charles Dickens and all that stuff, and it's just, I need somebody to give me the cliff notes or do a reboot starring like freaking Chris Hemsworth or fucking Liam Neeson or some shit. That's what I need.
Well, do you know why a lot of it wouldn't work though? Is like, did you ever read Dracula?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how Dracula isn't a story; it's a bunch of letters. Like if you did that now, it'd all be text messages or Snapchats.
Yeah, touche. Yeah.
I mean, there's a way to do that, but like, I'm not competent enough to do it. And no offense to you, but I don't think anybody I know is.
That is absolutely no offense. I'm not asking a friend to do it because that seems like a daunting task. But I need somebody to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like maybe fucking goddamn, what is his name? The guy that did Terminator and Titanic, fucking
James Cameron.
James Cameron can do it. James Cameron can do it. I could not.
Well, there's a podcast I listened to. I can't remember the name of it. Book Cheat, and their whole gimmick is every week he'll read a book that you want to read, but you're just too fucking lazy, and then he'll just break it down for you. So that's currently something I listen to, because I do like to know what I'm supposed to know about these books.
Yeah.
I just don't want to read them. I just want to know what I'm missing, I guess.
Well, do you remember Thug Notes?
Thug Notes.
Yeah.
Like Thug Notes, like, are they related to Bone Thugs?
No. So it was this. I don't remember what his name was. I don't think he's doing them anymore. But he's just this like big, huge, jack fucking like gangster ass black dude, and he's telling you about like what Don Quixote and Macbeth were about. But like he's using like 90s street slang for the whole thing, and it's like, all right, dude, fucking, I can get down on this. This is like listening to Tupac without music, man.
I can get behind that. That's what I need. I need somebody to break it down to me. Talk to me the same way I talk to my 4-year-old when I'm trying to explain to her how to load her dishes in the dishwasher.
Break it down Marnie style.
Yeah, I need a step-by-step play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what got you into horror, dude?
I think, well, my mom was really into old school black and white horror movies. I probably watched Night of the Living Dead when I was like 6, maybe.
Yeah.
And even though I would watch like Child's Play and all that shit, and it would scare the shit out of me, I still always came back to it, even though it scared me. And then at some point, it just stopped being scary and just became entertainment. And then I got to a point where I was watching a scary movie every night. And then when I decided I was going to start writing, it just made the most sense. I already understood the genre.
That's fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. Although I would say that, like, at least I would think that the old black and white movies, they seemed a little bit, I guess, scarier when we were kids, even though the movies aren't really that scary now. Because everything else you watch is in color, and these are this weird black and white gray thing, and it's this different.
It's the atmosphere. The atmosphere is different. The cinematography is different. Even like how they would hold a beat's different. Yeah. Like if you watch any horror movie, literally all speed is black and white, but original Psycho, any Hitchcock movies, Birds and Vertigo, and like any of these kind of movies, and then you compare it to say 90s like Scream or
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like the atmosphere is different, like the way they tell a story and like the characterization, and just the technology wasn't there for these big elaborate scares, so it's more like left to the imagination. And I think that was really what got me as a kid, because you didn't know, but your brain filled in what it wanted to be. It scared it for you.
Yeah, that though, and like some of them do. I don't want to say hold up on the fear level, but do hold up on a cinematic level. Like I watched Nosferatu again recently, and like silent film, so you have to like read everything. And it's not great as like say like a movie, but the film work is still really fucking good. Like the way they lighted everything and like
right?
where their angles and how they did their cuts, it was just like, oh yeah, that's some like weird dude with some like finger aesthetics.
Yeah. No, it's just something about the horror. I mean, if I had to watch something, it'd probably be 90s horror, because I feel like that's when it got it was just the right amount of campy, and just the right amount of taking itself too serious. And there's just something about the 90s horror that I just fell in love with. But 80s, with the Freddy's and all the slashers finally hitting their stride.
Yeah,
those are all fun stuff, man. I mean,
well, because like those like what is it like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, those are actually like late 70s movies originally, right? And then they like through the 80s. At least Jason.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
That John Carpenter and all that stuff. That was the first one, and then this porn company saw basically how much these slasher movies, how low budget they had to be made, and how much money they're making, and they were just like, you know what, we have actors and we have the equipment, so let's fucking just go shoot a horror movie. And then they made the original Friday the 13th and shit, but that was early 80s, so like the Halloween is just really sank in and all that stuff, and then obviously Freddy and all that stuff, and then it explodes and gets ridiculous. But yeah,
fucking
early 80s and fucking John Carpenter and The Thing and all that stuff. There's some fucking gems in there, man. People forget how rich some of these older horror movies are,
Yeah, and the thing was great. Although what was really funny though is like what is it? So that was based on a book called Who Goes There? I think it came out in the 30s or something. And there was another movie in the 50s, and then
The Thing from Outer Space, something like that.
Yeah, but like if you like pay attention to the movies, they're not remakes of each other. They're all either sequels or prequels, and it's like one fucking story. Though John Carpenter's one's definitely the fucking best.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind the prequel that came out 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. By no means is it superior. I just think it tells a complete story in a different way, and it fills in gaps I didn't need filled, but I don't care that they made it. Like a lot of people get upset about it, but
yeah,
I mean it doesn't hurt anything. John Carpenter movie's still there. Yeah, and it just kind of gives me more to that universe to enjoy. So but like there's the original Thing from Outer Space. It's fucking old. It's a hard watch too. It's legitimately it's a slog. So thank God John Carpenter redid that, because God, it's abusive to the eyes.
Yeah, I felt the same way about the Hateful Eight. I know we're skipping genre a little bit, but like I love Quentin Tarantino, but it was like here's a 10-minute fucking not even sequence, a shot of fucking horses pulling this fucking wagon up a mountain. It's like, dude, cut that down to 30 fucking seconds, man. Come on.
That's Quentin Tarantino. That's like, I want to watch his movies just so I can understand, so I can, see how he tells it, and so it's rich with detail and dialogue, and everything has a point. Every single every prop in every room he's thought through. It's great. The guy's a fucking crazy man. Like, it's fucking insane, his movies. I love him, but then something like The Hateful Eight happens, and it's just he doesn't know how to edit, and he knows how to edit. He doesn't want to edit the way I want him to edit. Like I love Inglourious Bastards. I mean, it's one of his, in my opinion, it's one of his better ones.
Yeah.
But there's so much dead movie in that. There's so much, it could be trimmed so much of that fat and it'd still be a great movie. But But I mean, that's what it is. You kind of get that when you're going into it. So
Yeah, that's a movie that could be abridged.
And is Hateful Eight the one that's coming out on HBO Max or whatever, where there's an extended version that's coming out?
I don't know, but I would not watch an extended version. I
I'm
don't
pretty
want to watch
sure
the fucking original one again, dude. Like,
I'm
Jesus.
pretty sure he has a director's cut, which is like cut into like 4 1-hour segments, and I'm pretty sure it's that one, which is my least favorite of his movies.
Yeah, fucking. Did you ever see True Romance?
I don't even know what that is. I think.
Okay. I think it was before he got his like, hey, we trust you to direct movies, but he wrote the script for it. He just didn't direct it or get to pick the soundtrack, and the movie was really good, but it the soundtrack sucked, and it wasn't as like whatever the fuck it is that Tarantino is. But like, it's about this dude, and he hooks up with this hooker, and then he goes and kills her pimp, who is played by Gary Oldman, but the character's black, but they didn't bother to put him in blackface. They're just like, hey, dude, just pretend like you're black. And he's like, okay, cool, fuck it, I'm Gary.
What?
Cool. And then after he kills him, he steals this suitcase that he thought was the hooker's clothes, but it ended up being full of cocaine that was the mob's. And then Christopher Walken, who's the Don, has to go hunt him down. And then like it just gets, that's like the first quarter of the movie, and then the rest of it's just shenanigans.
I mean, that sounds like a Tarantino movie. So
and then what is it? He doesn't have a conscience, or Christian Slater, the guy that's playing him or playing the main character, he doesn't have his own conscience. So for a conscience, he has the ghost of Elvis Presley that's played by Val Kilmer, who tells him what's right and wrong.
Oh man. Oh god. How does this happen? I have not watched this fucking movie.
Yeah. It's a hidden gem.
I would say so. Fuck. Nah. I don't know. He has what, one more movie left, he says, then he's retiring. So
I thought that was Final Time in Hollywood.
Was that? Is that? I thought it was.
I don't know.
He had one more. I don't know. Still, maybe he is done. Maybe that's it. Fucking calling it quits, which is crazy to me that a guy that with his skills and like his fan base, and he's just going to call it quits. But whatever.
Well, I mean, he also only made fucking what, 8-10 movies, and he said when he started, I'm only going to make these movies, and then I'm done.
Then I'm done. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I read that his 10th movie, he's considering it being Kill Bill 3.
You know, I've heard rumors about that since Kill Bill 2 came down. It was supposed to have the same cast, and then the actual actress that played the one girl's daughter that got killed is supposed to come back for revenge, which would be cool.
I'm pretty sure it's been a long enough time.
And I just want him to do Star Trek.
Dude, that right? The fact that that wasn't even an option for a minute was incredible. I want to see a hateful Star Trek, just an angry, just dry Star Trek movie. That's what I want. I need that.
And like, I love Star Trek to death, but like it's cheery, and it's like, no, dude, I want the dirty.
Hope.
Yeah,
it's so hopeful. Give me despair and a Vulcan cutting off the ear of a Romulan just for no reason.
Yeah, you know what? So, fuck it. Just remake Reservoir Dogs, but like make Mr. make fucking Mr. White a goddamn Romulan. Make other guys Klingons. We'll do this. All right,
dude. I need that movie. I don't. We need to talk. I have some friends that do animation. Maybe I'll pitch this idea to them and see if they can make a Star Trek Reservoir Dogs.
And then make the guy that was cutting off the dude's ear and his brother and his dad, make them Ferengis. It'll make sense. I promise.
Oh, that would be fun. That's good.
That would be.
So, I got to ask you, is your studio a basement, a garage? What is it?
It's a basement.
It's a basement? I thought it may be a basement, right?
Basement. Yeah, and it's the whole footprint of the house, too. So, like, it's a third of the house.
Lucky, I am stuck in a shed.
I'm sorry. So... well, I mean, you get all your books and your Flash action figures out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's my shed, so there's a lot of stuff in there, but I'm like isolated from the house.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it has its benefits.
Good thing, though. Like, if everybody's being loud, you need some quiet.
But they're kids. They're going to follow me. If
Oh.
I'm inside here and they're like, well, I haven't annoyed Dad for like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go check in, make sure he's still alive. So
Yeah. Dude, fucking have you thought about like writing like horror shorts that aren't really just horror? It's just like, dude, you're trying to take a shit in peace, and then like you see little fingers coming up from under the fucking bathroom door, like, Dad.
That's too true. That's too true. That's real life. That's legit. My buddy and I were making short comedy sketches last summer, and that was one of our sketches. Just me trying to shit without being interrupted. So
Was that the guy you were doing? Was it Two Guys One Mic with?
yeah. Until yep, 2 dudes, 1 mic.
Okay.
So it was yeah, we did a couple different sketches. We did some comedy music videos, and they're like rap comedy. And then we stopped abruptly, and we haven't gone back because, I mean, I don't know how you do these podcasts and still paint and then still time to write or edit, but I had to literally choose: am I doing the podcasts, am I doing the sketches, or am I wanting to actually write? And I didn't write for like 6 months, so I had to stop.
Oh no, I have a very unfair advantage on that. And this comes from 2 different fucking things. One is I'm Native American and Scotch Irish, and I can handle my alcohol. So, and
that is an unfair advantage, yeah.
And I don't sleep. So what is it? I started this at midnight. I'm gonna be up till maybe 7 drinking and listening to Judas Priest, and then at 10 I'm gonna wake up and take the dog out and eat breakfast, and go back to doing what I'm doing.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have that advantage. I have the luxury of going to sleep at midnight and waking up at 3, 4:30, and 5:30 because the baby's pissed off, and then trying to sneak in more sleep before going to work. So, yeah, I guess that would be quite an advantage.
Yeah. Also, I don't have a job. That also really helps.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But in all reality, that aside, you still go to school and all that shit. So, I mean, it's a job in a way, right?
Well, I mean, kind of. But after this last semester, I was like, nah, I ain't going back because.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, because like before I started the fucking program, I was like, hey, listen, my fucking military fucking shit that transfers over, right? And they're like, yep. I was like, okay, and it transfers towards the program, right? Yep. So I only need to go to school for 2.5 years if I go to school in the summer, right? Yep. Get to the end of that, I'm like, hey, so I should be graduating next semester because you told me all this shit. I'm like, yeah, no, we changed some stuff. You need to come back for another 1.5 years, and it's like,
oh my god,
that's
substantially longer.
No, considering that on paper I have 130 credits, so no. On top of, like, I was going for an art degree, right? So like,
yeah.
You know, fucking, you're not going to get anything in the real world out of that fucking anyway. I just wanted to get better at painting, which, while I had been at school, I had got better at painting, but it wasn't because they taught me. It was because I had an assignment and some asshole on YouTube.
Because you're actually working. Yeah. You're actually painting.
And then I got to the point where I can sell my paintings enough to where, like, I'm just barely paying my bills, but I day drink all day and paint and write, and the fuck do I need your education? What do I need your magic piece of paper for to do this if I'm already doing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That sucks.
That and I
pull the rug out, man.
Yeah, that and I got told more than once that my art was not politically correct enough, and it's like, hey, buddy,
art's objective. Get fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Objective, subjective. It's also objective, but
I needed the grade, but like afterwards, it's like, yeah, dude, no, you guys fucking, you don't need my money.
Dude, that's shit. Yeah. But I understand that, man. So I was a fucking idiot. Got a full college paid for out of high school. And for the first, like, almost 2 years, I just fucking tried a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the counselor sat me down and explained that at this rate, I need to pick a major. Otherwise, I'm just going to get a degree in general studies.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can't fucking do anything with that. So let me just see what the school has to offer. And I didn't see anything that I wanted to do, so I just fucking dropped out like an idiot. And then
because I didn't go back till I was 30 and I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, like it's insane that at 18 you're supposed to pick what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like I didn't know the fuck I wanted to do. If I would have known, if I can go back, people ask, if you could go back in time and change one thing about your life, I might subtly hint to, like, just very subtly hint to an 18-year-old version of myself, be like, hey, go to creative writing. Like, I know it seems pointless, but you might like it.
Yeah,
I had no fucking idea.
For one day, asshole.
I don't know. You might want to understand how grammar works, maybe a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to pay too much money as an adult to try to fucking learn from somebody else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I didn't do it, and then I joined the military, and then they want us to go get our community college of the Air Force, and I don't want to go back to school. I joined the military so I don't have to go back to school. But now all of a sudden, there it is.
You want to an MOS school and a C school, and then after you're in the whatever you guys call the fleet for 6 months, you're going to a fucking follow-on course. Hope you like bitch. God damn it, I hate my life.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. Fucking, I don't know what your MOS was, but like, fucking, I didn't mind follow-on schools because like it was like, all right, so this is guaranteed 6 months of me not going on a fucking deployment, and I already know how to do this, so I'm gonna get up, go to PT, go sit in a classroom, listen to somebody that like either is on my rank level or I actually outrank, and then collect a paycheck for a few months. Fuck it,
I do like money for doing nothing. That is my favorite thing.
Per diem is great.
Right. No, actually, I joined when I was 27.
Oh shit!
So, at the point when I was in basic training and tech school and all that stuff for the Air Force, I was older than all my instructors. Like they're like 25, 26, and it was very strange getting yelled at by somebody older than me, younger than me, and I'm like, all right, I know what we're doing here. Like, I understand what we're trying to accomplish. And like the 18-year-olds are freaking out, like losing their shit. Like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. I'm like, guys, there's so much worse shit than this in your life. Be prepared. Like, this guy's just yelling at you because he's trying to break it down. All right, don't let him win. But yeah, I don't know. And then so I joined from where my hometown. There's a guard base, and in my hometown, it's literally, if you don't have a college education, you're not working at the hospital.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, there's lumber mills, and there's some places to make money. And I did lumber mill for 5 years, but there's a big difference between working at the lumber mill and then what the money I would make working at the base.
Yeah.
So it seemed like after when I was 27, it made sense for the fact that I have a family, and I just so I came down to it. I decided to, but by no means am I military minded as much as the most people at the base. It is what it is. But I literally, it's my hometown, so I don't have to get deployed. I don't have to go overseas or even barely ever go to training. We work and we train people we train pilots, and then we get a new set of pilots. I work Monday through Friday like a regular job as a government employee.
Nice.
And then do the weekends. So I'm military, but like diet military, like like if it was like military but sugar free, that's what I am.
I don't know, man. Fucking there's been some people that I fucking talk, like I talked to this one dude, had him on my podcast, fucking, and we said it's on the air, so I'm not gonna feel bad about fucking saying it. But I forget what his MOS was originally. It was one of those like cool technical jobs where like doesn't exist outside the military. Like, wasn't cool guy stuff. It was like he wasn't assembling nuclear warheads, but it was something like, oh shit, what
adjacent, yeah.
And he went to go be a drill instructor for a bit, and he was like, yeah, the worst part about it was because fucking some dude or some chick or whoever wasn't running fast enough, and he got up in this chick's face, and he's like, what are you gonna fucking do, you fucking pussy? You're not gonna fucking run? What the fuck? You're just gonna fall over and die? And then she fell over and died. And then like he was like, oh shit, and then like had to, go to like counseling for however the fuck long because he told some chick, "What are you gonna do? Die?" And then she's like, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that sucks."
Dude.
Like I wasn't planning on this show being that heavy, but thanks for opening up, man.
And here we are. All right.
Yeah. And he's a really
like,
good dude too. I wish he was still fucking doing his thing, but he had some problems lining up his professional life and his like online life. So,
I mean, life happens. Like I legitimately, when everybody, if anybody ever has a big life event and they try to like, I mean, you can't feel bad about it. I know more than most people exactly how life can get in the way from you running to accomplish what you want to do or what you need to do. Like, dude, life sucks sometimes. Like just get it.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself for a minute, and then hopefully you can come back around. So I get that, but also, God, his story, that's fucking awful.
Well, I mean, I DM'd him.
She called his bluff.
Yeah, well, I DM'd him not too long ago. I was like, "Hey, dude, you haven't been on the internet in a while. What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm doing really good, but my people that I fucking talk to, or the people he works for, like, day job stuff. He had somebody from either Black Rifle Coffee Company or Grunt Style or some shit on his podcast, and they said something fucked up. So they're like, "Oh, so you're a racist?" And he's like, "What did I say?" And I'm like, "You didn't say it. The person on your show did." And he's like, "Okay." So they're like, "You got to tone that down, or we're gonna have to let you go." And he's like, "Well, I mean, the podcast doesn't make money, so." And I was like, "Dude, that sucks. That sucks."
I get that. Yeah, that does fucking suck, dude. Did you see what I posted today on the gram?
Maybe. Which one? You post like 4 times a day, man.
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. Motherfucking. I was at work today, and all of a sudden my inbox starts getting flooded. Like I was literally getting 3 or 4 messages every 30 seconds.
Good for you.
I wasn't able to get to my phone. So I'm like, something's fucking happening. I can see my phone going crazy.
And then you're like, well, it's not a text message from the wife, so the home life's all right. The shit can wait.
Yeah, I will get to it when I can. But by the time I did, like, it was just my inbox was like fucking flooded, and it was all these people sending me screenshots of a fake account.
Oh yeah,
Mike's.
Well, congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Oh yeah. A fake me rolling around.
Fucking faked.
Yeah, then someone created a fake Mike Salt account trying to spam people, or like con people into their hard-earned money, and it was kind of weird for a second because I'm looking at a profile that I'm like, that's me and that's my name, but I have no control over this.
Yeah,
and people are sending me screenshots of the conversations they're having with this person. And one person so far has admitted to me that they actually clicked the link and they used their credit card and they got scammed. And my heart broke, man. I feel fucking awful because they used me and people that actually want to read my stuff, like the good faith that I have with some of the people. They used that to con some people out of their fucking hard-earned money. So I'm going to talk to a lot of the authors I'm working with for that giveaway. And we'll see if we can find a way to, send her some shit regardless, because that's fucked. That's stupid.
I mean, at the very least, send her signed copies of your book or whatever it is that she.
Yeah. I mean, and I talked to her that she canceled her credit card and she talked to the bank already. So I feel like damage control has been done and she's good, but I mean, that doesn't feel good. That sucks, man. So. But yeah, that was a good thing. That was fun. Now all I've been doing is damage control for the last couple hours. Like, hey, I'm not going to message you with this bullshit link. All right, I don't expect you to give me your credit card for me to send you free shit. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, people are shitty about that kind of shit. Like, fucking, it seems like almost everybody at some point fucking has to do that. This ain't me. Go report them.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Fucking dickheads are going to be dickheads. That and the fucking assholes that like spam your fucking like comment section. Hey, go promote this on fucking like suck my dick at fucking military's shit.com or whatever. It's like,
yeah, those motherfuckers got me put in insta jail because I was talking shit to them. One of them reported me because I told him to jump off a bridge. And
it's a shame you can't tell people to kill themselves on fucking social media anymore. like
you can't tell robots
legal reasons, but like there should be exceptions.
Like, legitimately, there's some people that should jump off a bridge, and you know what? If that makes me kind of an asshole, I stand by it. Yeah. So, I need to be the bad boy of horror. All right. All the horror authors nowadays are soft. All right. We start killing people again.
Dude, fucking there a lot of fucking literature soft, man. Like I know there's just like big schism, like at least on the internet, between like, well, should you read indie authors or should you read the traditional guys? It's like, yeah, dude, traditional guys are like pizza cutters now. It's like all edge, no point. And then like indie authors, like granted, there's a lot of fucking like bad shit in there too, but like there's a lot more of what I would just say daggers. Where it's like, yeah, dude, like a bayonet or like a K-bar, you know, it's like it's this flat blunt object on this end, and then like, oops, I slipped it this way, you know. It's like, dude, you're not supposed to do that to your characters. It's like, well, I don't have a publisher telling me I can't brutally murder.
Yeah, there's nobody over my shoulder saying this isn't going to sell, so I feel like I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
like I love traditional horror. I love traditional publishing. Like I'll pick up a book that I'm excited for, you know.
Yeah.
But it feels like when you're really excited to watch a horror movie and it's PG-13, you know, and like you're like, well, what if the director got more freedom? What would happen? I kind of feel like that sometimes in traditional publishing, but you go to indie horror or indie publishing in general, which is like make a big old open slate. There's nobody over your shoulder telling you that's not going to work. If you like it and you want it in your book and your editor doesn't talk you out of it, then it's going to fucking go in the book. And some shit that I've read is just fucking bananas.
Yeah.
So I think that's the favorite part about it, really, is there's no expectations. I literally open it up and just fucking go. So I don't know, man.
I don't know. There's some gems in there though too, because I don't know if you follow Cindy Mann. She hasn't been on fucking Instagram in fucking forever. But I read her book, The Darkwood, a couple years ago, and it's like a fucking like young adult, you know, fucking, I wouldn't say coming of age story, but you know, fantasy fucking novel, right? Mm-hmm. And I could explain the plot to you, but it's gonna sound dumb. The story was actually really good, and even if the story sucked, her prose was like fucking poetry, and it's like, dude, you could just be talking about a porta all day, and I'd still read this just because of the way
I would fucking I'm into it. No, I seriously, there's some people out there I think that in the indie market they're just not marketable. Yeah. Like they don't take care of like they're like how they present themselves. They don't care about how their covers look. They don't care about maybe even like their editing is kind of sloppy because they can't afford a good editor.
They're using like a stock photo that they let you download off Amazon.
Right?
When you upload.
It still says Shutterstock on it, or whatever it is. Yeah. Shuttershack but you read the books and you're like, fuck. Like this is the kind of caliber of writing that could elevate to traditional publishing if they would be given the chance. Like there's some real fucking gems inside there. And like I don't like to say like all indies. You can't say all indies like bad. Like legitimately, you have a threshold that is so vastly spread out.
Yeah, I just don't have a friend in the that works at fucking Penguin that could talk to a guy for me. You know?
I mean, fuck, man. Like, I'm guessing hypothetically, you do have a friend in Penguin and gets you a meeting, a face to face. They're gonna look at you and they're just gonna immediately like how. What is the people's reaction when you tell people you're an author? Like, you don't show up in a blazer. You don't show up there like fucking a nice fade. You know, you got the beard, the long hair. Like,
no, fucking. So there's this thing the town does here. Well, not the town I live in, but the closest that's actually a town, because I live out in the sticks. Like, there's a stream in my backyard. Like, I see deer all the time, fucking walking around. I had to talk myself out of buying a Desert Eagle because I couldn't afford it, but I saw a bear in the backyard. But it was like, well, what if I'm taking the dog out and I see a bear? Like, anyway,
I mean, bear's weakness is a Desert Eagle, obviously. Yeah. So,
but fucking, they do this thing, and it's like 20 under 40, which is like the most 20 influential people that are under 40 years old. And I got on that, and I was happy but bitter about it because it was on the front page the same week that everything got on lockdown. So it was like, hey, yeah, you're in the front page of the newspaper, but I mean, like COVID, so fuck you.
Yeah.
But we go up to, or I go up to the fucking newspaper fucking office, wherever the fuck it is, to like get my picture taken for the fucking thing. And like everyone else is like got a haircut that fucking morning, shaved with a straight razor, wearing a 3-piece suit. I'm wearing this jacket. I flick my cigarette out as I get out of my fucking ratty ass Jeep on the way up. And
that's exactly what I would expect from you, man.
Everyone else is like, why the fuck is this guy here?
I feel like he belongs in the next list, the 20 influential people under 40. Like, no, like that. It's so easy to stereotype somebody. Like, legitimately, before I joined the military, my hair was an afro like this big.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't cut my hair for 7 years. I didn't care. There's no reason to cut my hair. I didn't, I wear only band T-shirts and comic book T-shirts.
Well, I mean, the last time I cut my hair was like 2 weeks before I got out of the Marine Corps. So, I mean,
see, like people just kind of like put a stamp on it, and that's like, I think that's awesome. Is like people see someone like you, who stereotypically you wouldn't expect to be into even literature, let alone writing it.
Yeah, no, my Instagram with the way I look should be about fucking rebuilding 70s fucking Harley Davidsons and like not crystal meth.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what I love about what I've discovered about the community of indie writers, is that
it's a little more character-driven.
Yeah, people are passionate about what they do, whether they can give it the money it deserves, whether it is marketing or finding their niche or like getting the proper editing and getting the right cover design. But people are passionate about, hey, I wrote this. I will give it to you for free. I'll send you an ebook. I just want you to get a review in. I want you to see what you think. I'm really proud of it, and that's what I really love about the industry is it doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like, nobody, and also for the most part, I feel like it's judgment free. People will be able to talk to somebody else that they maybe don't have the opportunity to talk to in real life, but they see them online and they're wanting to give them a chance based off nothing more than just what their work is,
Yeah.
I fucking love that, man.
Fucking there's a guy, his name's Damian Larkin. He's not super active on Instagram, but like
I know he is.
Yeah, but all his posts are like for the people listening at home are like, yes,
those people.
Space Marines killing space Nazis on Mars. There's also time travel in it. Go read it. And it's like, all right, what's that about? Here's a picture of me when I was in the Irish fucking he wasn't in the army. He was like in their version of the National Guard, but their National Guard's more like their army and their army's more like it's weird. It doesn't fucking translate to our fucking shit. But it's like,
I just started that podcast that you had him on, him in the group, and I hadn't gotten that far into it. But no, I legitimately I follow him. He's fun. I bought him. What's that?
He's an outstanding individual.
I thought he said he's a Nazi. I'm like, those are different.
No. But because of him, I will never take anything an Irishman says seriously, because I didn't know this till I talked to him, but apparently the Holocaust in Ireland is just referred to as the emergency. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it was an emergency.
It was an emergency, yeah.
But I think you're underselling it there, man. He's like, no. I'm like, you have to remember where we are. We use words because we actually know how to use the English language. And it's like, I still think you could have gave it a different name, man. Like,
I feel like you could have gone harder with it. I mean,
that you guys did a bloody fucking civil war that lasted for like 30 years and killed how much of your population? The Troubles. Troubles?
God.
Okay. All right. Sure. Fucking. You know what? We'll drink some Jameson and go on. But I'm just not gonna let you name anything.
Yeah, that's not your guys' specialty. If I'm being honest, we'll leave that up to other people. Like, that's funny. No, I have his book on my shelf. It's on my agenda, but fuck, dude, the amount of indie books right now that my stack is getting fucking large.
I feel you.
So, like, I mean, I'll get around to it, but fuck.
Yeah, I think there's like 3, 4. There's like 7 indie books in my fucking TBR. I haven't read a fucking book in 4 months, man. Like, it's been bad. Although, to be absolutely fair about this, my goal for the year is to read a book a month, and I have read 36 books this year. I just haven't read one since.
Well, you're good for 3 years then. So
yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Well, have I ever complimented you on that orange behind you? That's pretty sick.
Oh, thanks, man. Maybe fucking I haven't plugged that in a fucking hot minute, but yeah, no, it sounds nice and fucking crunchy.
Nice. Yeah. I don't have any of my old equipment anymore.
No.
So I don't. I mean, you become a dad and you don't play, and the next thing you know, it's going to rot away. So you just sell it and get money you can for it. So.
So you're taking the wrong approach. What you got to do is you got to go buy an old fucking car. Give your fucking
sell the children.
Yes, give your children the flashlight, and then slap the shit out of them when they don't hold the flashlight in the right direction.
Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks.
There.
I don't know. It just back in the old days, I used to play the metal music, and
yeah,
I did that for a hot couple years. We toured, got on like an indie record label and toured the nation. It was fun, but after I had my oldest, it made absolutely no sense to continue. And then after like 3 years, I realized I haven't touched my guitar in fucking forever. And I don't know if I ever will again. So I just fucking got rid of it.
Oh, that bites.
So, yeah.
What's his name?
Well, I ran into a guitar recently, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have some fun on the old Git box here. And it was awful. And I'm like, probably a good thing that I got rid of it, because this is no longer a thing for me. So,
what was your band's name?
That is not available to those on the internet anymore.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed of it by any stretch.
But you don't want to get canceled.
There's videos of me rocking out that I'm wearing like too tight of pants, and I fucking and my hair is. I did a reverse perm because my hair is naturally into an afro.
Yeah.
And I did a reverse perm on it because I wanted to look like a lion. And so my hair was just a straight afro. And it's just not, I don't want it to get out. So I don't divulge that information anymore. But it's out there. If you dig hard enough, it exists. And a couple people have Instagrammed me, hey, is this the name of your band? And I don't lie. If they can find it, then I'll tell them. And
so the Mike Salt.
Yeah, they're out there. You just got to do like a face search if you have the capabilities. But I have some rap videos that I will gladly put those out there for the internet. But it is just me and a buddy who he has an engineering degree for music.
Okay.
And he made all these beats, and then for a project he had to do a rap song because he specialized in like metal music, hardcore, punk, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he had to kind of, for his like one of his projects, he had to do something that was kind of outside of what he considered like his norm.
Well, that's fair for if you're doing that for like your education or whatever. Yeah.
So he decided to rap. Why not?
Yeah.
It's outside of his norm and all that stuff. He made a sick beat. Neither of us listened to rap really at the time. I mean, I guess he does now, but he hits me up and he's like, we're writing a rap song. You have no choice. And so we just put it down. And then like 2 years later, we're hanging out, and I'm like, let's just go shoot a fucking music video. So we just shot a music video to that comedy rap song we did, and we had fun with it. So we did a couple more songs. So they exist on the internet too. But that is called We Still Have Our Day Jobs. And it is just me with an afro, and my front tooth is out. So I'm rapping. So
would you put that in the category of dad rap?
Dad rap, but like DMX dad rap. Like just minus the N bombs, but a lot of F bombs. So we have a green screen. But in the second video we bought a green screen, and we have like explosions and shit. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. but I love it.
You had fun, right?
Right?
That's what matters. Fucking nobody has fun anymore, especially on the fucking internet. They're like, oh my god, everything's all doom and gloom. It's like, dude, shut up.
Everything's just so sad right now.
Like I'm not trying to like dog on anybody's like actual fucking like what's wrong with them, but it's like, dude, if your whole personality is that you have clinical depression, like get off the fucking internet.
Yeah, I mean, or just go on YouTube and watch fucking cat videos or dog videos
or like, porn.
There's videos. Dude, there's something out there that will.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just nobody's gonna judge you. I'm sad. I'm gonna go watch I'm gonna watch 9 hours of puppies hanging out talking to dogs.
Yeah.
I don't care if as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah. And like that's like clinical depression because like that's your fucking like brain health.
We're really simplifying that.
But like, and this like I don't mean to be unfair towards people with fucking depression. Like this is really with anybody in anything. I don't want to see the same fucking post over and 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 over again. It just seems that like, at least I guess with the people I'm fucking following, it's like, dude, I'm sad. Join the club, dude. Fuck, goddamn. Drink a beer, smoke a blunt, jerk off, eat a piece of cake, go to bed. Be all right.
Yep. Guess what? Tomorrow's probably not going to be much better, but you know what?
Yeah.
Copy paste.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to oversimplify, chronic depression, but like I don't like. There's people that you could talk to. I feel like honestly. I don't see it much on Instagram. I see it a lot on Facebook.
Yeah.
The whole entire the reach out of like an image basically saying like, oh man, life really sucks. It really sucks being me. And then like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? Like legitimately, if you are somebody that needs help or is really depressed, reach out to somebody. Do not put it on Facebook because they're all fucking fake friends.
Also,
talk to your actual friends.
I'm going to screenshot this, put it on Reddit, and be like, look at this guy.
Yeah, so fuck, man. Like, talk to the real people that care. Like, don't put it on Facebook because half those fucking people are fake friends anyways. It's just the nature of Facebook.
Well, I know this is like fucking like whatever they're talking about being like toxic or whatever now, but it's like, dude, remember like back in the day when it's like, dude, yeah, life sucks. Buy a helmet.
Yep. I mean, that was before the world decided that everything had to be argumentative, which I'm fine with because
coddled.
I love a good argument, so I will throw right into there. And I don't at points. There's certain points.
Yeah.
I will just argue for the sake of arguing because it seems like what everybody's doing anyways. So.
Yeah, no, and then like fucking the thing is though is like when you're looking for an argument, you can't fucking find one. I don't know.
I'm just pissed off and I need to fight somebody today.
Well, I don't know if you've been fucking paying attention to my fucking my post where I'm like bad photoshopping myself into
yes, I've been saying that. Yeah.
Like there was one, it was a picture of me and Sigmund Freud, and if you read it, it was like, yeah, no, dude, I am directly responsible for the Holocaust. Nobody said a goddamn thing about it. It's like, dude, this is extremely problematic. Why is nobody saying anything?
Because everybody saw it and went, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's bait. That's bait. Don't get on the
you realize who's following you on Instagram. Like, yeah, I mean, if they haven't been offended by something you've said in the past already, they're probably okay with this.
Yeah,
they understand your humor.
I wouldn't say my following is large, but they're very stabby.
They're very loyal to you. Yeah. Have you read some of the fucking reviews you have on Amazon?
Jesus, yeah, and I fucking love them to death. It's like, all right, man, fuck. I didn't think it was that good. I mean, I didn't think it was that good, but I'm glad you think that. Tell your friend.
Yeah, tell a couple friends. Buy them a copy for Christmas.
Dude, and that's the worst thing fucking too. You can get anybody or their mom to fucking like a post. Can you share this to your stories? No? Okay. Can you leave a comment? No. If I put this on Facebook, people share. Can you share it on Facebook? No? Oh,
no.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're going.
So just like it. Okay. Cool.
Now, granted, a lot of those people are also like, dude, if you ever need anything, fucking like, I live here. Here's my address. Also, fucking, I have this much property. We can bury a body out here. It's like, okay, first off, thank you. But you said it on the internet, so the NSA guy monitoring my account, who's already mad at me and looking for a fucking reason to is gonna be watching you through a fucking microscope.
And I've got a bear in my backyard that'll eat a body, so I'm good. So
yeah.
I don't really
is like, Stabby, I have guns. It's like, yeah, well, dude, ammo's expensive right now. I'm not fucking
I'm waiting. I'm being patient. All right. Yeah. It sucks. I enjoy the following I have on Instagram.
Yeah.
I enjoy the people that I found, the community that I've developed there. But there is days that I have to weed out some of the people that I'm like, why the hell am I even following you anymore? Like,
Yeah.
There's just some real pieces of shit. I feel like ego is most of it. There's some people out there that I'm like, dude, you really get high on your own shit, man. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, I'm sure you have 12 reviews on Amazon, but you're not that cool. So calm down.
There's some people though that it's like they're huge and they have nothing going for them besides they're full of themselves. It's like, fuck, I wish that I was that fucking arrogant. You know, like, can you imagine what I could do if I believed myself that much? Like, I'm not saying I don't believe myself. I'm just saying if I
had that much confidence,
much, you know,
yeah.
Like, especially like that's why I don't follow that many fucking like fucking like I guess military influencers. Like, what the fuck did you do? Oh, I was in the army for 4 years. Cool. What else did you do?
That's it.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's who I am. Those 4 years defined me.
Yeah.
So.
Like, but that's just like fucking fucking some asshole that was like, oh yeah, dude, I was in this frat in college. Cool.
Yeah. That's your life that defines you. Good.
All right, cool. So the idiot that you were between 18 and 22 is your life.
Who you've decided you are for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what's one thing is good about like you, for instance, like you literally dip your toes in whatever the fuck interest you have at this point, you know, like, and that's what I find is like, I stick to a lot of horror when I'm reading indie stuff, but
yeah,
like I said, I have fucking Larkins, and I have a couple of different genres that I will read. I'm beta reading a romance book when I've never read a romance book. Like the girl sent it to me, and I was like, I mean, I'll read it, but it's not my forte. But she just wanted me to read it because she wanted an outsider's opinion. But like fucking be more than just the frat guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much out there in life to try. Why you put yourself in a category here? So, I don't know.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know. Like, I read a decent amount of romance books a couple years ago when I was just trying to like I was doing this thing where it's like, okay, so I'm an indie author. I'm on Instagram. If I read their book, they'll read mine, right? Right? No. And there was one.
I mean, to be fair, your first book is a fucking Bible. Like, it took me almost a year to read that goddamn thing.
But you had to get
right. Like I'm a slow reader as is, and I'm like, fuck, this is legit going to take me several months to read. Like, it's a fucking big ass book, man. I think it's in my bookshelf. I mean, no, it's right here.
I mean, a lot of shit happened in it.
Dude, it's a Bible. Like,
yeah, but it's like large font and double spaced.
It's not.
It's word count. It's only as long as they're shining.
Like, okay, it is double spaced, but the words are so teeny.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah. What is the word count on this fucking beast?
I think 120,000 ish.
My longest novel to date is only 70. Like, and I'm going to trim that to 40.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do that too then? So like when, believe it or not, when I write, I just like puke onto the fucking paper, whatever bullshit comes out. And then afterwards, cut that. That guy cut in half.
No!
The Smoke Fairy Tales, dude, there's this whole other fucking like plot arc in it where Hank and Doc run into fucking Lana Del Rey, who's working for the CIA to like kill KGB agents who are posing as pop stars to like ruin the fucking like American fucking I don't know, a culture. And that was like half the fucking book. And I was like, this doesn't make sense with all the fucking Iraq stuff. So
I feel like that. So did you delete those forever, or are they in a separate
document? No. They're still on my computer. They're just not.
That seems like a good like mailer list type. Hey, sign up for my email. I'll send you these hidden chapters type bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also in the original draft, like nobody's name was the same name. Like fucking, like it was a lot different. I was like, but
Yeah, that's actually the book that I was just referring to. I wrote it back when I was in tech school. So whatever, 8 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And every name has changed. And I'm afraid, have you seen The Office where they're reading Michael Scott's script for that movie he wrote? And he did a Control F to replace one of the characters' names, but a typo kept one of the names there. That's my fear. I have an entire book. I've changed every character's name, but I'm afraid that a name has found its way through because I've had a typo or some bullshit. And I'm not like able to eagle eye this shit and figure out, like, read my own book and find the mistakes I've made. So
yeah, no, fucking that would have been fucking a pain in the dick, because like originally like Penelope's name was Gina and Jenny's name was Jenny, and fuck, I don't even remember who the fuck else was in there.
Penelope was who?
Gina. Originally, and then like Jenny, her name was Jenny, not Jenny.
That's just a tweak.
Yeah, you think until you read it, and it's like, God, I said that name a fucking lot. Dude, no, there was another one like later in the books. There's this guy, and his name was Peroska, and I learned my problem with the Control F with that, because originally his name was King. And I Controlled F to change King, K-I-N-G, to Peroska. But I say fucking a lot in those books. It'd be like F-U, Peroska. And it's like...
Yeah, that's actually, like, even making, like... That will take that and just throw it in there, I found out. The hard way. So, yeah, that... And I say fuck a shit ton of my book, too. So I would have had a very similar problem if I would have had the King... I do appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I will never use the King as any name, because I'm sure that would run into a very similar problem.
Watch you fucking 10 years from now fucking completely fucking forget this, and you write this like medieval fucking like existential fucking horror thing, and it's talking about the peasants fighting the fucking royalty, and then like you go to replace fucking with King, and it's like oh
fuck. I promised myself.
I have a sticky note on my computer and everything, and I still fucked that up.
Yeah. So what is your next one about? The one that you're currently in the process of editing, you said.
So fucking I don't want to give away spoilers. Actually, I can't really fucking talk about it without giving away giant fucking spoilers, because there's a big twist at the end of 6 that it's one of those things where it's like, I've had a couple people be like, this twist at the end of this book, it doesn't make any sense. This can't happen. I'm like, go back and read very carefully what I said in this book and this book and this book, because I say a lot of stuff that like it's easy to make an assumption about.
Yeah.
And then fucking it isn't. I mean, it's sort of what happened, but like it's easy to assume something else happened, because you kind of leave it off at a cliffhanger, and then they go back and like read like fucking like 36 words, and I get, oh, you motherfucker.
Well, do you at least have a cover art already?
Not yet, but I'm thinking of making it. I'm thinking about making the 7th one American Spirits, 8 Mavericks, and then 9 I forget what the fucking cigarette brand is, but it's got a diamond on front and like some mountains.
Oh, fuck! I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but I mean the other 6 were already fucking cigarette things anyway. So
no. So I was asking you, like, you're clearly you have a theme going. I was wondering what you have lined up now.
Yeah.
So
it was funny because like somebody was like, hey, like when the third one came out, they're like, hey, so the first one was Lucky's and the second one was Camels. Why is the third one not cigarettes? I'm like, dude, that's Chesterfield's. And they're like, oh, my bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to Google that myself. I knew what you're doing. I just didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
So, no, that's cool. I mean, I understand. Fine, then don't fucking give me the insider note. That's fair.
Well, at least not in the. I don't want to spoil things for people that listen to this for that kind of shit.
Yeah, right. Spoiler alert. But no, the Valley, the book that I had as the ending. I went through a couple drafts on that one. And the one I liked the most was the one that was the most abrupt. So I wanted to catch the reader off guard where they read the sentence and then they went, nope. And they had to go back and reread a couple paragraphs to see if they're reading it right,
Yeah.
I wanted it to be super sudden. It just felt like how I watched horror movies back when I was like watching black and white movies when I was a child, where it was left to the imagination and it was fucking like the original Night of the Living Dead ending, like it just fucking came out of nowhere. So I really like the abruptness of the way that ended the book, but fucking A, most people that read it do not like the abruptness. They need to be spoon-fed their hard endings. So,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but the people that actually do appreciate it, I think really enjoy how they're reading it. And I did a dick move and I padded the end of the book. So the end of the book is the first chapter of The Damned to Hell.
Oh, okay.
It's like a teaser, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not paying attention, you still think there's 40 pages left of the Valley. And then you're reading it and then you turn the page, you're like, the fuck just happened? And then you flip and you're like, oh, a new book's starting now. What the fuck's happening? So you have to go back. I kind of I really tried hard to trick some people. So, and I think it worked. I mean, it gets good reviews, but my bad reviews are always like, fuck this guy and his ending. So
let's see, good reviews are fuck this guy and his ending. Why did you do that?
That's true. Yeah. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, but like also with mine, like I got a bunch of like art and music and shit in the back of it. So like
yeah,
I think my fourth book there's like 50 pages of shit after where the book ends, and it's like mostly just maps, and they're like,
yeah, and that's I think because of those tricks, I always go to the last page of a book and just verify that there's not any hidden pages.
Now, what happens though when you go to the last page and like you see, and then there was a hook?
I hope that I forget by the end of it. Like, I always go no, and then just
son of a bitch.
Just hope that I forget. Like that one of the books I was reading.
All a dream.
One of the books I was reading is a friend of mine. His book it ended with a picture. He had an illustrator illustrate the final scene.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to verify, I saw the picture and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that's about. It wasn't like, your book has, several fucking illustrations at the end of it. It was just one picture. So my head immediately went to, this is a fucking spoiler. Like, and it was very obvious what was happening in the scene. It wasn't like, leave it up to your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So the entire time when I started reading it, in my head, I was like, I know what's going to happen the entire time. It kind of sucked. So it's bit me in the ass before. So
that's fair enough. Fucking yeah. I don't have the I guess technically I have the capability to do this. I don't have the patience to do this though. Yet. After I fucking get on Stephen King level and just can like fuck off for 5 years and like only put out a book a decade and do whatever the fuck I want, I'll do this. But until then, one of the things I want to do is I want to have a novel where every other chapter is written and then every other chapter is like comic book.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Dude, first, you obviously illustrate, so you could do that. Like, you have the capabilities.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for that right now, though.
You did start with that. You don't have the patience for it. I have an illustration background. I just don't want to. I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I will fucking beat the shit out of my artwork until I don't want to do art for a week or two, you know?
Yeah.
And nothing's ever, I'll put it aside, come back to it and be like, well, I didn't fucking like this character design, blah, 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 blah. So there's a comic book I want to write and draw, but I can't get past the first couple pages because I always go back and start from scratch. Yeah. So I just couldn't. I mean,
that's where you would actually have to outline.
Yeah.
You have to write that entire fucking novel and then be like, I can't ever give anybody this. This is just my notes.
Well, like I talked about on Instagram recently, I don't outline, but that's kind of a lie because my outlines really are just drawings, like shorthand drawings, like you would see for like a stage direction type shit.
Yeah.
I do that. It's easier for me than writing out what I plan on doing, just catching the beats. So I have the visual in my head, but it's in written, drawn form. But when I decided I was going to start writing. It was like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I got an internship with a comic book company in Vegas.
Okay.
And so I spent the first 4 years like fucking dick deep in the comic book industry, and it was really something I thought I was going to kind of like try to aspire to do. Like, I was writing comics and I had artists and I fucking put out a couple short stories and stuff like that. But it's a brutal industry. Like, I am happy I got out of it when I did, but I mean, I hope to someday dip back into it because I do love comic books, but that's where I started. And dude, it's a fucking bloodbath over there, man.
Yeah, fucking I got a buddy, what is it? First American Manga. I don't know if you follow him or not, but he's all illustration. He's been working on this fucking comic for like, I think like going on like 5 years, and just now put his fucking first one out. And like I did a little beta reading for him, and I was like, all right, this is cool, but like, get on with it, you know? And he's like,
yeah,
dude, I don't think you understand how much inking takes.
Yeah.
Time wise.
Yeah. That's why you got to hire. Like I said, I can draw. I have a very cartoony approach to my illustrations. So I always hired an artist.
Yeah.
Because I don't want cartoony stuff for like horror comics. So I always hire an artist, and then I would have to hire an inker, hire a colorer. Sometimes I would hire a flat colorist and then an actual colorist on top of the flat work, and then a letterer. Like, there's a whole 9 yards, man. It's like, it's a full team. And that's what I think what broke me, besides the fact that the industry is ridiculous to break into, because everybody's backstabby. Like, you're like we met each other, I don't know, a year and a half ago, right? And it was just one of us came across each other's page and we hit it off, we talked, we shared some messages, right? Mm-hmm. But there is no camaraderie in the comic book industry as that I experienced. It's always like everybody's a competition. Nobody's rooting for each other. They didn't, at least what I experienced, nobody was wanting to read and review or, you know, let people know and share other people's work. So it was really like, it sucked. It was really defeating, feeling like I'm competing against everybody else. And on top of that, I'm the writer. I write the script and all that stuff, and I send it to the illustrator, and I hope that he's actually doing work. Yeah. And then like maybe I get a page a week, 2 pages a week, because he has a full-time job that's not illustrating. He's trying to break into the industry, and then he sends it back to me. I approve it, and then I send it to the inker, and then after the inker does it, I send it to the colorist, and then to the letterer, and it takes about like 2 weeks for a page to get done. You know, and so everybody's working behind the scenes, but getting an actual comic book done, anybody that can do it indie style, I respect, because that is fucking, it's like herding cats, man. It is motivation.
Yeah. No, and that's one of the things I fucking really love about the fucking I guess like the indie author fucking community, because like everyone's got their like I guess little cliques that they're fucking in, but in that clique, it's, dude, I'll fucking stab somebody for you. Fucking, like, hey, listen, I know you're publishing that, or like, dude, fucking, I have had this happen, and I've done it to people too, and like when it happens to me, I'm like, could you not? But like, fine, I'll do it. But like, somebody will fucking like, I'll get a fucking box in the mail. I'll say, hey, here's some dog toys. And I know you like this whiskey, so I'm gonna give you this whiskey. Also, here's my next book. If you want to read this and tell me what you think, it's like. I mean, I was gonna read it anyway, but yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. What you got? What you got?
But if you send you a box of whiskey, some cigarettes, and some dog toys, it's gonna put you ahead on your TBR pile. So that's thinking outside the box,
to the front. And like the only people that have done that are people that like, I'm gonna read your shit anyway, and I enjoy your stuff. Like what is it? Michelle Packard over at Aesop Stories fucking did that for one of her Maddie Baker books, which are fucking great. They're it's pretty much imagine Sex in the City, but the main character is John Wick. Like,
my god,
it's fun, you know. It's like, oh hey, listen,
I'm immediately into this.
We're just going to fucking Naples to get some fucking mimosas, and then after we drink and pass out in the hotel, I'm gonna get this fucking Barrett fucking 50 cal sniper rifle and go fucking take some people out, fucking maybe shoot down a helicopter with it. But no, I'm gonna go like run this sports car and like be this glamorous supermodel, and then like go fucking like. Maybe strangle a dude in his hotel room. But she was like, fucking send me this thing. She's like, hey, can you give me notes on this? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll give you notes on this, fucking whatever. And she actually did change a few things in the book. Nothing that I suggested. But one of them, like, talking about there was a line, and she was talking about the people in China, and then like I fucking circled it. I'm like, communists aren't people, they're property of the state. There aren't any people in China. Change this. And then she's like, it's funny. I really wish I could, but
I see your point and I hear your joke, but no. Dude, imagine, I don't think if you say it's so and so, blank and Blake meets John Wick, I don't think there's many subjects that wouldn't be amazing. Like,
well, no, and
it's Homeward Bound meets John Wick, and I'm reading it.
Yeah,
like, that is a perfect pitch.
There's this one fucking, and I think this is in the first book, but she's assassinating somebody, and to like assassinate him, she's got to get like all fucking sexy, and she's like in her lingerie while she's like beating this dude to death, and it's like, all right, I'm down. But then they get in this fist fight, and then somebody drops their fucking 1911, and then it was made a point to where the dude grabbed the gun but didn't, and he turned off the safety, but he didn't engage the secondary fucking grip safety, so the gun didn't go off. And it's like, you actually have to know how that gun works to write that.
That's cool.
For you.
Yeah. Either you've done your research or you have experience. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's funny because like fucking I'll talk to her about whatever once in a while, and she's like, no, I don't really know anything about guns, I'm just out doing some research. And there's like picture her at the range with her kid, and then like that's
thorough.
Who is letting you shoot their 240?
well shit, man, I actually do need to go. I hear the baby being upset, but right. I appreciate this, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, dude, we'll have to do it again sometime. Thank you for being on. Before you bounce out, though, can you tell the people where to find you and what to look for?
Well, yeah, actually, I don't. So I am on Twitter, but I don't give a fuck about Twitter. I'm on Facebook, and I don't really do shit on Facebook. But on Instagram, I'm at Mike_Salt. My website is
Mike_Salt_.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy straight to hell. My website is MikeSaltAuthor.com. It gets updated rarely, but it exists. My next book will be out next month. House on Harlan. I am jacked about it. It is a haunted house story, but there's no ghosts. So it should be fun. I'm really jacked about it. It's going to be published with Abomination Media. I don't know. The pre-sales are already up on my website. It should be cool. So I appreciate it. It's been fun, man. It's definitely, I was nervous about this podcast. I do, not to toot my own horn, I go on podcasts regularly, and this one had me. I was like, when you asked me to be on it, I was like, fuck, he's done 40 some odd episodes, and I have not been on any of them. So like his whole entire niche is I listen to your podcast, and like the discussions you get in generally, I'm like, I need to start fucking doing my research. I feel poorly prepared for this.
Nah,
but it's been fun.
This whole thing is just having a beer and having a good time.
And I've had several, so I feel great about this, and I think that's probably why. So, but I appreciate it, man. It's been great.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, I'll catch you around later, and people at home, fucking, y'all have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.